Hello and welcome to round 10 at Silverstone, Great Britain or Britain, the British Grand Prix anyway. Home Grand Prix. Let's start the race. I'm in first. I believe my teammate is in 8th.
Welcome along then to Great Britain and the Great Silverstone Circuit for today's Grand Prix. The 3.6 mile long Silverstone Circuit is one of the longest of the season, with 18 corners in the current layout. With average lap speeds reaching around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the quickest tracks of the year. Watch out for cars taking the right-handers of Abbey and Copse flat out. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lee lines up on pole position and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton and Bottas, Vettel, Sainz, Norris and Nico Rosberg, Ricciardo, Gasly, Esteban Ocon and Raikkonen, Russell, Stroll, Yuki Tsunoda and Antonio Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, Latifi, Alesi and Nikita Mazepin. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
Right. Let's have a look at the strategy. Okay. That's a pointless one. Let's underfuel the car a little bit then. Let's make the car a little bit faster. Right, let's start the formation lap.
Everything looks good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
Gotta get these tyres warm. I think it's next year on Formula 1 they're not going to have the tyre blankets on the game. I think.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
I know the new Formula 1 update hit today and I know there's no tyre blankets on Formula 2. I'm going to have to look at the Formula 2 anyway because I haven't seen it yet. I watched Arava's video, but I haven't looked at the DLC of the new F2 drivers. So yeah, it would be nice to have the new F2 drivers also to pick from the free agents instead of having the 2020 drivers. They always do that every year though. They don't update the driver market and they should do. But it's fascinating.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
We've got to get ready with the clutch. Even though I do everything automatic, I can do manual, it's not a problem, but it's just a lot easier just doing it off the lights. Here we go. Rear tyres are just overcooking.
we've reached a worrying level of wear on the internal combustion engine. Let's try and keep the revs down. Early upshifts, later downshifts.
Well, this time last season, this car was smoking with all that engine wear, and so far the car has not started smoking, so I think the upgrades are actually beneficial. So yeah, I can't grumble. What am I going to talk about today? I have no idea. Let's think of a topic. Normally I have something to say. Oh yeah, I'm going to talk about the Predator hunting ground game that I did earlier. I literally had 2 people join, and by the time the Predator was killed, I had 3 bots and myself. And I don't know if the other 2 lost connection or they just gave up. I don't know, because bots aren't the greatest thing to have on Predator hunting ground. One, they don't mud up and hide the heat source from the Predator, and 2, they don't have suppressed weapons for stealth. Because on Predator, if you use a loud weapon, the Predator will know where you are because it can pick up the sound. So yeah, it's not the greatest thing, and I don't know why people just have to leave. But yeah, that's sort of annoying. And also, I'm going to talk about the Rovers United and Scunthorpe game that I played as well on FIFA yesterday. Yeah, I wasn't happy that I lost 4-2. Two goals from Scunthorpe should have been offside, and they wasn't, and I don't know why. But yeah, it's not the nicest thing to do. But as I said, going into that match, I was expecting
We're
to lose.
accumulating some wear on the MG UK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
Yeah, like I said, I was expecting to lose, and I lost 4-2, but I didn't expect to lose by 4 goals. I expected, you know, a 1-0 or a 2-1, maybe a 1-1 draw. And no, I was annoyed. But on a brighter note, though, I did beat Swin.
Right, we have a very worn-out MG UK. Our battery charge speed is suffering, and if it gets much worse, we could be forced to retire.
Yeah, I beat Swansea City in the Carabao Cup round 2, which was lucky. And why have I lost the back end? I shouldn't have lost the back end like that. I'm going to double check the tyres. I lost the back end for no reason. And again, I'm losing the back end every time. There's nothing wrong on the corners. I don't know what it is. Something's wrong with the car. There's a lot of oversteer, and it's not the tyres. Could it be the engine wear? Was it because I was in overtake? But then again, that should not really affect me. But I know what, he's going to kill me. Oh god, I got to hold the car. Jeez, this is
Right,
going worse.
we've looked at the gearbox issue, but I'm afraid there's nothing we can do. Try and drive around it.
And I hit the back end of Verstappen, even though he just chopped me up. Right, I think I've got a gearbox issue. Yeah, I think I've lost the gear. Yeah, I've lost gear 2. Okay. Well, gear 2 is not really a problem. But I am a sitting duck now, and I do force him wide. Right, this is actually very, very bad. This is not what I wanted.
Okay, bad news on the gearbox. The team are trying everything they can think of, but they're not optimistic. Just keep at it, do your best, that's all we can ask.
Well, Jeff's telling me to just do what I can do. Well, Jeff, I am struggling with a really battered car. I know it's going to be a bad Grand Prix to some degree with all this wear, but I've lost a lot of time to a lot of teams.
We're looking at some gearbox wear. Try to keep your number of shifts to a minimum.
I just got to keep the racing line. I cannot afford to give up the racing line. I have to win this race. And again, the back end wants to slide. It's doing my head in, that is. On that corner.
Gap to teammate behind is 5.4 seconds.
I'm just going to hold it. I don't think I've got a floorboard damage. No, I haven't. He hasn't said I got floorboard damage, so I don't know why I am struggling. And why is my fuel in the red? Yeah, there's a lot of issues on with the car, bloody hell. And there's Verstappen right behind me. He's going to try and take the lead. I have the racing line into the corner. I'll force him to not overtake me as such. But this is diabolical. This is. I am struggling with the power units. I thought I should be okay until, you know, mid-race, and then I'd lose everything, but I'm losing everything in this race. It is, I don't know what to say, because this is really, really bad. I could do with a safety car, just so I could save fuel. I could do with a VC, was it a virtual safety car, so a VSC. So yeah, I could literally just deal with everything at the moment. I think Verstappen hit me though. No, he's not. He's just not peeling off. Right, that's the best corner I've taken so far since lap 1. But I'm not liking the fact that my car is like basically just breaking down on me. But again, it's not smoking, so I don't know why I'm losing the back end. That should happen when I start smoking, because that's how bad the engine wear is. But even with the gearbox wear should not make me spin out. So I don't get it. I don't understand. But now I'm pulling away again. That's one thing I am doing. So I know gear 2 is not really a gear to deal with, because gear 3 is basically my gear. If I lost, say, gear 6 or 7, I would be crying, because that's one of the gears that I need to get around the corners.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Just talking now about new strategies. Do you know what? Lap 9 for mediums. 9 for mediums? Lap 9 for mediums. Is he? Excuse me. I thought lap 9 was supposed to be for the hards. Well, whatever happened, at least my car's now working. I've still got a 4-second gap now to Verstappen, so that's a bonus. I ain't gonna grumble at that 4-second gap. They're all bunched up, so I've got a clear run now. Fastest lap.
Just a reminder, we are critical on fuel, probably a lap or so short. We don't need to risk a DNF chasing records, so think about starting to conserve fuel, maybe lifting earlier into the corners.
I can't do lifting and coasting, because the engine wear is just going to make the redness back. What I can do is I can just try and limp around the circuit at times, like this corner here. I can just ease off the accelerator and just brake, go really wide, which is ridiculous, and then accelerate. I can save fuel, it's not an issue really at the moment, but like say VSC, safety car, Summit, just saving a little bit more fuel would be a bonus. So yeah, let's save fuel down here. This is supposed to be flat out, but I'm going to save fuel. Just roll the cars into the corner. Then I'll go back into the green, but I'm going to be back in the red now. And I've got to save ERS on top. So I can save fuel without a problem. It's just that I didn't underfuel my car that much to lose that much fuel. But this is what you call superb racing. Alright, so yeah. No one's
We're
pitted.
approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Right, pit window should be this lap, but I think it's going to say lap 8. But let's have a look at the tyre. See, tyre wear's really good. I know the front left's crying out because it's overheating. I know that much. The front left is always overcooking, and I'll show you in a second. I think that's another reason why I could be spinning out on top as well, because the front left being so yellow in the carcass itself, not the tyre wall. So yeah, this is fascinating. So let's see how we get on. Because like I say, this does turn yellow. I know it does. He did that in qualifying with the full wet tyre. So yeah. So car grumble. It's not wet, so it's not going yellow there, but it did do in the full wet. Interesting. I wonder if that's because the tyre wear is slightly different with the soft top compound tyre. But regardless, 7-second gap. Next lap I'll probably box this lap, Jeff will tell me. Or he'll tell me lap 9, but again, I've lost. Again, I've just used how much fuel. So
Nico is just peeling off into the pits now. He's in the pits.
right, so he's going to do that. I'm going to go in this lap. Right, I'm going to box this lap.
We can't take you right now. Pit in next lap.
Jeff can take me now. He chooses not to.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Right, 5 laps of fuel. Even though fuel is critical. Right, let's just go around that corner. I'm doing really well now with the fuel saving-ish. Just use that much spin and just cruise. So I'll just drop it down dramatically, down to 7, 6 even, 5, wow. Just accelerate round them corners, man, and then just ease off. I'm also saving the ARS for the next stint. So yeah, box this lap.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Right, there we go, and boom. Save fuel now while I'm in the pit lane. Cannot grumble. So yeah. Who's a good boy? Catties. Yeah, the cat sitting beside me, so I'll say it's a good boy.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, I can talk about Tiki the cat actually. He's more like a dog than a cat. He chases his own tail. He sits when he wants treats.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
He's literally just a really random cat that's more dog than cat. I think in his past life, I think he was a dog. Because the way he actually is. But yeah, entertaining regardless. He's one of my biggest critics. Because normally he sleeps on me during the day while I'm doing other videos. And then he sleeps on me on a night time as I'm doing these few races for the following day. I break up my video recording sessions because I watch YouTube as I have something to eat, so yeah. So as I watch YouTube and do YouTube, it's really weird. Oh yeah, I want to talk about the COD father, Jimmy, Solidarity Gaming. In Empires, he's now called the COD boy. Yeah, he lost his status as COD father to a bit of law that was added to the server. Yeah, he's really he's one of my favourite YouTubers who do live streams. And yeah, I always say go and check him out. Same with Arava, Ben, there's Pixel Leaf, Solid, like I say, Solid Data
There's
himself.
4 laps of fuel remaining.
There's Mythical Sausage, there's Gemini Tide, there's Catherine Elizabeth, there's Pearlescent Moon, there's Dang That's a Long Name, which is Scott. Who else? Stampy, Squishy, Ibistic Squid, Amy Lee 33, MGH, Channy Sports for the FIFA stuff, Dagwin for Farming Simulator 22. So yeah, it's really fascinating who I watch for different games. I have done Farming Simulator 17 and 19. If you want to do Farming Simulator, this is my opinion. Now I could be wrong, but if you're doing it by yourself, it is very grinding, it is very daunting, and it is very, very dull. Now if you work with a couple of people, say 4 people, 6 people, then Farming Simulator is actually more enjoyable for the more people you have, because the more people you have, the more work you can cover, the more work you can cover, the more money you can earn, and so forth. But yeah, by your lonesome, it is daunting, and I give props to Dagwin, because he is a Farming Simulator YouTuber. He does do a little bit of European Truck Simulator at times.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
He's even had a go on that Lawnmower Simulator, and Lawnmower Simulator doesn't actually thrill me, and it's very, very... I can't really call it a dull game, because it is, you know, graphics wise it looks amazing, but you're just going around mowing lawns.
The turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
But if you like that sort of game, then yeah, fair play. But I know it's like racing games. Some people like Forza, some people like Gran Turismo, some people like Need for Speed, and then you got people like me who love Formula 1, which is sim racing like Gran Turismo. I think Forza's now on the borderline to sim racing, because when Forza first came out, it was more arcadey than sim racing. But I know EA Need for Speed, that's arcade racing. But it's still a fun game to play. Well, I have been lately playing the PS2 for LMA Manager 04, and I find that entertaining with the old footballers. So yeah, I do a lot of classic gaming.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Well, it's either classic or retro gaming, depending on what you call it. But 2004 is really classic. Retro to me is SNES, Atari, PlayStation 1, you know, Super Nintendo, like I say, the SNES. So them are retro games.
You're pulling out a second lap on the car behind.
But yeah, back my engine, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to be taking new parts, I think, in the next Grand Prix, which I believe is it Hungary next? I think it might be Hungary, the Hungaroring. Another favourite circuit of mine actually is the Hungaroring. They call it Monaco without barriers, but again, the cars haven't been able to overtake really as such until pre-2012, when I got underfloor damage. This is going to affect my handling now. I hit the sleeping policeman.
Bodywork's taken a few scrapes. Try not to make it any worse.
Yeah, I hit the sleeping policeman or the rumble strip. I got damage, it's okay. Oh, yellow flare flag. VS. Who's that? Was that Gasly or was that Sonoda? That should really be a virtual safety car, because he's on the grass and he's quite close to the circuit.
The underbody's taken a little damage. Watch out for it.
But here I am.
This is your final lap of the race.
As I was about to say, here I am on the final lap, and then Jeff cuts me off. It's not too shabby, I can't grumble. It's been a great race. I know Perez hit me, but somehow I managed to keep the car straight. A couple of wayward moments in this Grand Prix, but I ain't gonna grumble at that. Just like now going in that corner, I can feel the car slide because of the damage on the floorboards. Pardon me, so yeah. But props to Mercedes though, second and third. And they've got a bit of a gap as well between Bottas and Lando Norris. There's a 3-second gap and there's a second and a bit gap to Hamilton to Bottas. So yeah, fair play to the Mercedes boys. They dominated the mid, well, I'll say the second and third spot, the mid podiums. But yeah, I think Verstappen also had damage after he hit me as well. So you know, it's down to them to, you know, to go for a weird dive bomb because they leave a little bit of a gap. The coding should say, yeah, he's going to close the door in a second, and we win.
Fantastic. You've won the Grand Prix.
So yeah,
Well, they've done
GG
a
to that
brilliant
race.
job, I must say, under some intense pressure to take a well-earned victory here at the British Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
Right. Oh gosh. That's a lot of points. I need just under, what, 6,000 points away to gain Prestige level 3.
So then, it's time to
Nico
see how this
Rosberg
result
finishes
affects the Drivers'
11th. No
Championship.
way.
Increases their championship lead. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out on the track today, even by his standards.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
And it was Pierre Gasly who retired. And I can't believe Rosberg, sorry, finishing 11th. That is diabolical.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. It doesn't get much better than a win at this. Who would you say is your biggest rival?
I'm going to give Max Verstappen a go for my
It's
teammate.
safe to say you're smashing
Not teammate, sorry, my teammate rivalry, or rivalry.
Appreciate your time.
I should say he's my rival, not my teammate rival, but I suppose I could always hire Verstappen and have him as a teammate rivalry. With Verstappen in real life being close to Hamilton on point, well, they are equal on points, but Sunday's race at Abu Dhabi is going to literally give out a victory to either a young up-and-coming champion, or Hamilton is going to smash Schumacher's joint 7-time world champion and make it an 8. I don't think anybody really thought about an 8 world championship title. I've got one failure apparently, but let's do 4 day and let's do 2 day and let's have a look at that R&D failure. Sure, one failed. Yeah, energy store 14 days, that's not going to go on in time, is it? I don't think. Let's have a look. No. Only 10 days. Right. Pardon me. I'm going to change components. Them 3 are okay. Gearbox, I am going to take a new gearbox. The one in practice is still okay for now. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's fast forward time. Let's get the sponsors in. Let's get all this done. Market strategy components. Yeah, plus 300.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed
That's
quality control.
okay. That's really
We
okay.
need to tell a team what to redevelop via the R&D
Any
screen.
more R&D that I want to do, because I don't really want to do any more R&D until next season, because I've got to save up the points in. I could take them too, which would be, do you know what, I will take the rear wing because of Monza, and you know what, I am going to take the Halo. That's the last 2 I'm going to do on that one. Fuel tank positioning, I'll take that. Hopefully that will rectify and benefits what I need to do. Anything on here I can take. 25 days for one, and anything on durability, that's been done in a couple of days. 27 days apparently. So yeah. Right. Once all these come on, that's it. I'm doing no more. I've got to save R&D points just in case I have a reset at the end of the season and I don't have enough allocation points to put all the new parts on. Right, I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to say please like, subscribe, share, hit that bell for notifications as I do daily uploads, and until next one, I'll see you all later. Bye.